Dear customers, welcome to use our product, DL962 Microbial ID AST System. DL962 Microbial ID AST System is integrated. Calorimetry and turbimetry are for detecting positive and negative of IVD test card microreaction, whole and accurate detection, statistics and analysis, which can detect 11 genera in clinic, 500 kinds of routing microorganisms like bacteria, fastidious bacteria, anaerobe, and fungus. Database covers over 200 types of antibiotics MIC. Auto-generates and prints the relative report. Drug-sensitive test has variety antibiotics. Sensitivity analysis of antibiotics complies with the latest clinical and laboratory standards institute regulation. Full automated sampling device can be equipped so as to reduce workload. It can prevent error caused by manual sampling and guarantee biological safety. Sampling throughput is 60 to 80 cards per hour. Standard operation procedure provides optimum quality assurance. User-friendly interface with reliable and rapid analysis. A whole system composes with IVD test card, turbidity meter, Microbial ID AST system, automated sampling instrument, and embedded software. Software also includes expert analysis system, so user can choose antibiotics optimization, drug sensitivity test report to prevent abuse of antibiotics. The system can connect WHO-NET software. The testing result can be shifted to WHO-NET software. Also, it can connect hospital LAN and data sharing. Section 1. Clinical Microbial Detection Operation Procedure. Step 1. Prepare proper strain isolation and purification for clinic specimen. Step 2. To isolate and purify pending specimen for gram staining. Of course, DLDYE autogram stainer can help you for this step. Step 3. To use microscopy to check the gram stain result. Then, do oxidized tests for gram-negative bacilli, and do catalysis test for gram-positive cocci. After that, user can choose different IVD test card in accordance with different results. Step 4. Make bacterial suspension. As to Enterbacteria, non-fermentive bacteria, and staphycoccus for 0.5 McFarland standard, fungus for 1 McFarland standard, streptococcus for 2 McFarland standard. Step 5. Sampling the test card with DL automated sampling instrument or manually with pipettes. Add bacterial suspension into the test card well inerribly. On the next section, we will show you how to use test card in a proper way. Section 2. DL Microbial IVD test card operation method. Please keep a norm in mind. Choosing the right test card is the premise to ensure the result. DL is providing you the following 5 kinds of test card. DL96E, DL96NE, DL96STRAPH, DL96 strep, DL96 fungus. This section includes the operation method of 5 kinds of test card. Next, we will show you the operation process in detail. Take DL96E for example. 1. DL96E manual way. Step 1. Make the relative bacterial suspension. A. Light the alcohol lamp. Hold the inoculating loop by right hand. The inoculating loop needs to be firing till red. When you inoculate it, any part should be burned before insert the bottle. B. After the heated inoculating loop is cold, pick up the sterile pure colony from the agar plate. C. Hold the diluents by left hand and burns the bottleneck for about 3 seconds. D. Unscrew the diluents bottle covers and then burns the bottleneck and cover for about 3 seconds rapidly for disinfection. E. Insert and rotate the inoculating loop in the bottle, and which has the pure colony, and mix with the diluents. F. Burn the neck and cover for about 3 seconds and tighten. Put the burning inoculating loop aside. G. Shake the diluents bottle and mix the bacterial suspension. H. Use a turbidimeter. Measure turbidity of the bacterial suspension. Place the diluents bottle into the well and press Detect. Take out the diluents bottle which is in the well and press Exit. Dilution of bacterial suspension can blend sterile physiological saline solution till they confect the needed turbidity. DL96E test card needs the 0.5 McFarland standard bacterial suspensions. Step 2. Sampling by manual. Add bacterial suspension into the identification area A1 to C4, 100 microliters per well. Step 3. Add 50 microliters of bacterial suspension into broth and mix well. Inject the mixture into the AST area, which is Antimicrobial Susceptibility Testing Area C5 to H12, 100 microliters per well. Step 4. Add sterile paraffin oil to well A1 to A7, 2 drops per well. Cover the test card with its plastic film finely and incubate it at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Step 5. 18 to 24 hours later, add 1 drop of VP reagent A and 1 of B to well A12. Then, 30 minutes later, add a drop of insole reagent into well A11. After that, several minutes later, add a drop of phenylalanine reagent into well A10. Then the preparation of DL96E test card is finished, but the second and the third step of the operations are very tedious and time-consuming by manual way. You can use DL automated sampling instrument to complete it. Step 1. Turn on the DL automated sampling instrument. Step 2. Press the direction key. Choose the function you need from the screen. Enterbacteria, Non-fermentative bacteria, staphycoccus, streptococcus, fungus. Step 3. Put 1 milliliter sterile tip into U-groove. Step 4. Open the cap of broth. Place it and the preparation bacterial suspension in the relevant hole. Step 5. Place DL96E test card in the groove of tray. Tear plastic film to the left. Step 6. Press Reset button. The straw will automated connect the tip. Step 7. Press Run button. DL automated sampling instrument starts sampling. Is it a good choice to use DL Automated Sampling Instrument? DL Automated Sampling Instrument finishes sampling. Just need 2 minutes and 39 seconds. This section also introduces the other 4 kind of test card. 2. DL96NE Manual Way. Step 1. Make 0.5 McFarland Standard bacterial suspension. Pick up the isolated colonies from the petri dish, transfer the diluent vial, and make 0.5 McFarland Standard bacterial suspension. Step 2. Inoculate the suspension in the test card. A. Add bacterial suspension into the identification area. 100 microliters per well. B. Add 50 microliters of bacterial suspension into broth and mix well. Then, inject the mixture into the AST area, 100 microliters per well. Step 3. Add sterile paraffin oil. Step 4. Cover the test card with its plastic film and incubate it for 18 to 24 hours at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Step 5. Add relative auxiliary reagents. Step 6. Read the test card by DL962. 3. DL96STRAPH. Step 1. Make 0.5 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Pick up the isolated colonies from the petri dish, transfer the diluent vial, and make 0.5 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Step 2. Inoculate the suspension in the test card. A. Add bacterial suspension into the identification area. 100 microliters per well. B. Add 50 microliters of bacterial suspension into broth and mix well. Then, inject the mixture into the AST area, 100 microliters per well. Step 3. Add sterile paraffin oil. Step 4. Cover the test card with its plastic film and incubate it for 24 to 48 hours at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Step 5. Add relative auxiliary reagents. Step 6. Read the test card by DL962. 4. DL96 strep manual way. Step 1. Make 2 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Pick up the isolated colonies from the petri dish, transfer the diluent vial, and make 2 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Step 2. Inoculate the suspension in the test card. A. Add bacterial suspension into these well, 100 microliters per well. B. Add 500 microliters of bacterial suspension into broth A and mix well. Then, add the mixture A into these well respectively, 100 microliters per well. C. Add 50 microliters of mixture A into broth B and mix well. Then, add the mixture into these well respectively, 100 microliters per well. Step 3. Add sterile paraffin oil. Step 4. Cover the test card with its plastic film and incubate it for 24 to 48 hours at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Step 5. Add relative auxiliary reagents. Step 6. Read the test card by DL962. 5. DL96 fungus manual way. Step 1. Make 1 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Pick up the isolated colonies from the petri dish, transfer the diluent vial, and make 1 McFarland standard bacterial suspension. Step 2. Inoculate the suspension in the test card. A. Absorb 100 microliters of bacterial suspension into assimilation diluent and mix well. Then, add the mixture into these wells, 100 microliters per well. B. Use continuous pipette with a sterile pipette tip to absorb 100 microliters of AST diluent without suspension, and add it into well E12 for comparison. C. Add 20 microliters of bacterial suspension into AST diluent and mix well. Then, add the mixture into these wells respectively, 100 microliters per well. Step 3. Cover the test card with its plastic film. Lay a wet cloth on the test card and incubate it for 24 to 72 hours at 35 to 37 degrees Celsius. Step 4. Observe it every day. If well F12 positive control well turns turbid, read the test card by DL962. Section 3. DL962 Microbial ID-AST System Operation Method. When we finish adding auxiliary reagent to the test card and wait for its finishing reaction, the test card must be put in the Microbial ID-AST system to analyze at once. Next, let's learn how to install DL Microbial ID-AST system. User first to open the packing. Please accords the sign upward to take off the instrument. Avoiding damage the instrument. Please don't knock and pry. Place the instrument on a flat and stable table close to a power source. Please follow the product list to inspect the instrument and fittings. If any omission, please contact the supplier immediately. The instrument must be placed on fixed flat table in well-ventilated room and avoid direct sunlight. Strongly suggest ambient temp is between 5 degrees Celsius to 35 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity is less than 80%. Atmospheric pressure is between 76 kilopascals to 106 kilopascals. The backside should be away from wall or other obstacle more than 20 centimeters. The service voltage should be required as follow. Power supply is between AC 198 voltage to 242 voltage. Frequency is between 49 Hz to 51 Hz. Socket must be had the ground circuit. If the voltage is discrepancy, please choose the proper transformer for transformation. There are some connection sockets on back side of the instrument. Power socket, keyboard socket, mouse socket, and etc. Before using the instrument, please read the user manual carefully. If you use inappropriate method, not only the results aren't correct, but also the instrument will be damaged. Next, let's learn how to operate DL Microbial ID-AST system. 1. Turn on the instrument switch. 2. Double-click the icon ISTSQL. Following interface will be shown. 3. Enter the username and password. Initial username is DL. Initial password is 1. You can use initial username as the administration and add user to set the relevant permission. Click Confirm. Enter the system can display detection interface directly. Detection. Enter information. Enter the relevant information of the patient. Note: specimen number is not repeatable. The blue font columns must be filled in. Absence of microorganism. After isolating and culturing the specimens, if there is no microorganism, it reports absence of microorganism. Click Absence of microorganism. Select the printing content in Content of Report. Finally, click Print as screen shows. Note: absence of microorganism report, use A5 paper. Presence of microorganism. After isolating and culturing the specimens, if there is a microorganism, inoculate the microorganism in reagent plate in accordance with DL operational instruction of reagent plate. Then, incubate the inoculated plate for 24 hours at the temperature 37 degrees Celsius. If initial reports are needed, click Presence of microorganism and Initial report. Then input the report in the blank. Note: initial reports will disappear after official one come out. Bacterial identification. Input data before identification. Select presence of bacteria and colony types. Select manual ID-AST if necessary. Remark: colony's quantity is meaningful to midstream urine only. So other types can skip this item, but colony types is a must, as screen shows. Plate reading. Select the type of reagent plate and click Identify. Then, the plate reading position gives out a tray gradually, and the following will show up. Place the test card on the tray and click Yes to start reading. After finishing reading, the screen shows up a hint. Reading completed. Please take out the plate, as the following shows. Then take out the plate and click OK. Caution: the identified test card needs to be sterilized before disposed. The result of Microbial ID AST. The tray automatically goes back to instrument and the screen shows up the result. Click Identify to show the result. If users think system is wrong, you can manually modify the results, then click Identify as screen shows. Click End. The AST result will be shown according the situation. If their result has any anomaly, system will hint you the anomaly. The make a choice among the followings. Yes means correct the result. No means no correct the result. No report means if the result is not confirmed nor needs a retest, select this one. Click Supplement of AST to add other AST results to the report. Detection report. Click Confirm and to the print module. A small window Select Print Drug appeared. Then, click Confirm to print the report. Manual Identification and Antibiotic Susceptibility Test. Click Manual ID AST to reach the screen as above. Then, input the contents of grown statue, family of bacteria, genus of bacteria, and bacteria in order. Then, it appears customized antibiotics in the bottom bar. And input inhibition zone diameter of antibiotics or MIC. The system will automatically identify its sensitivity. Find report. Click Find report to search the history records of reports, as the following shows. Specimen inquiry. Select the searching condition, like specimen number, name, reporter name, report date, and so on. Then, click Search and show up the targeted specimen. View report. Select the targeted specimen number and click View the report, then show up the content of report. Modify report. Select the targeted specimen number and click Modify report and enter the password. Then, click Detection on the menu and get to the data edition. Delete. Select the targeted specimen number and click here and enter the password. View test card. Select the targeted specimen number and click View test card to reach the result of reagent plate. Setting. Setting is for some parameters to be set when system is running. Click upper right button here and back to function menu. Note: only the administrator has the authority to change the setting. Click Setting and reach the following page. Select the item on the left bar to set. Then click Add to add new information. If some piece of information is disabled, it can be changed to No from Enable, then click Confirm. Setting item explanations. 1. User management. Set up two management, namely the administrator and ordinary users, which can be set an administrator and a number of ordinary users. An administrator can add, edit, and delete ordinary users. 2. Ward. It allows user to customize in accordance with his hospital situation. 3. Specimen types. It allows user to customize in accordance with his situation. 4. Doctor. For the convenience of input of doctor's name, the administrator can set doctor's name or relative number in advance. 5. Inspector. Input the inspector's name. 6. Chief physician. Input the chief physician's name. 7. Inspection purpose. It allows user to customize in accordance with his situation. 8. Hospital name. It must input the hospital name, as the report takes the name as headline. 9. Test plate ordering. To sort test plate based on the actual situation for the convenience of selecting plates in future. 10. Grouping susceptibility report. Y represents grouping report. N represents not grouping report. 11. Report content. To set the contents of absence of bacteria report. 12. Report font. To set the font of the report. 13. Other inspections. It allows user to customize in accordance with his needs. 14. Paper method MIC drug selection. Allow users to change the result of manual paper method to MIC method. Note: if a bacterium has a special criteria or medication, you should select the bacteria and set, such as Pseudomonas aeruginosa. You should firstly select the Pseudomonas in genus and select Pseudomonas aeruginosa in the bacteria. Then set up for medication. Statistic. Click here back to the main menu. Click Statistic to reach the following page. Select the statistic item and choose specimen type, bacteria type, and statistical time period, and click Statistic. Then it automatically comes out with the result. WhoNet function. DL962 can connect to WhoNet software. User can deliver the results to WhoNet directly without typing. Click here back to the main menu. Click WhoNet to reach the following page. Click here to find their customized laboratory documents. Then match ward, specimen, KB drug, and its name of MIC drug with WhoNet and save. Input the time period and then click Data Output, and it'll be transmitted to WhoNet software. Section 4. DL Products Cleaning Instruction. After the using the instrument, it should be wiped clean. Abrasive cleaners are not allowed. After turning off the power, use a piece soft cloth or other covers to prevent dust from entering the instrument. Section 5. DL Automated Sampling Instrument and DL962 Maintenance. If you have any suggestion or problem about using the instrument, we would like you to tell us. Please keep the information of the screen display and contact us in time. We will take it seriously and response in time. In a word, DL is a friend you can trust, and we hope our products can make your work more convenient and hope you can enjoy your work. Thank you.